Should be one heck of a contest. The Sangoanas, the Mighty Reds, are on the battleground, and it should be one heck of a battle tonight because their opponents are about to come out. Here they come from the southern end. The CB Grandstand, well populated tonight here in Barcaldine.
Huge crowd, huge crowd.
Bill Seeney is with me for commentary tonight. Bill, this should be a tremendous contest, a great showcase of rugby league. Jason Costigan's my name as we welcome you to Barcaldine Showground for the Premiership decider in Central West Rugby League.
Of course, that'll be a great night. These two teams have battled it out all year. So no better two teams to be in the grand final tonight.
There's no doubt about that. These two teams, of course, Barcaldine, the minor premiers, getting through 2 weeks ago, disposing of Blackall, and Longreach having it to do it the hard way as we now pause for the national anthem here at the Barcaldine Showground on Grand Final Night 2025. Lovely rendition of the national anthem. We'll go through the teams firstly for the visitors. Longreach, Ilfracombe, Tigers, Harris at fullback, Jackson and Cutting the wingers, Raymond and Marshall the centres, Hoden, Hughes in the halves, the forward pack, Wallen, Bulky, Comdy, Diggins, Monaghan, Harris, Goodman and Cutting, locks the scrum and captain. And on the bench, Lunn, Card, Lyons, Boyle, Hayden, Bowden, Stewart and Card. And the coach, Gavin Groves. For Barcaldine, Rocco, Hunt, Walker, Edgerton, Hanson, Hicks, Gray, Hunt, the forward pack, Stewart, Hanson, Cridge, Bettines, Moxham, the coach, and on the bench, Kelly, Pigeon, Rafdos, Kelly, McGovern, Yaw, and Bettines. And the coach is Ricky Moxham. We're underway in Barcaldine for the grand final of season 2025. Great to have your company. And it is the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers with first use of the football at the Barcaldine Showgrounds.
Great run by Red Harris. Big KD.
Comdy Diggins in the early exchanges for the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers, getting play up towards their own 40-metre line, coming away from the northern end of the ground. Jason Costigan's my name. Early days here, of course. The opening set here from the visiting side. 4-4 record as they go downtown here. It's a user-friendly bounce at the back for Rocco Hunt, one of the two Hunt brothers. Oh, he brings it back.
Plenty of speed, Rocco.
Hunt plays it back right in front of our commentary position. Now carting the ball forward is Hicks, who of course comes back from suspension tonight after getting rubbed out for failing to make himself available for Central West. So it's his first game back since that off-field drama in the Central West. Barcaldine have got the ball. They're raging hot favourites for this one. They go the open side. Here comes the big man, Angus Stewart, 130 kilos of prime Central Queensland beef. I'll tell you what, I'd rather feed him for a day than a week. Now cutting the ball forward is Bettines. That's Zach. He's the captain, and he shows plenty of purpose in that carry. The last has been signalled by the referee, Jacob Dash, from the Central Highlands. They made a bust here. That pass might have gone forward. It's been spilt anyway. A let off for the Tigers. Wow, Bill Seeney, that could have been anything.
It was going down the sideline. It was going to be great, but anyway, just a little spillage there early, a few early nerves.
So we've got the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers now breathing a sigh of relief. Jason Costigan with you. Bill Seeney also in commentary here at Barcaldine Showground. Now cut out pass, it goes to ground and they go over the sideline. Well, that's an anti-climax for the Sandgoannas and the Red Army. Well, they can sit down in their seats up on the CV stand, Bill Cini, because it just dribbles over that eastern or western sideline. No score here on the Wendy's scoreboard. Wendy's, we do it fresh here in Barcaldine. No score between the Sandgoannas and the Tigers.
No score at all, unfortunately there for the Tigers. Unfortunately there for the Sandgoannas, just spilled it over the line, give the Tigers another chance just on halfway.
Bill Cini's in the box with me on this eastern side of the ground, and it's a beautiful night for rugby league. There's a lot of cloud cover around, so the temperature is actually up for this time of the year. It got down to single digits this morning, but quite beautiful for rugby league as we see the Tigers going up the middle with Condi Diggins. He's the Coomel connection, if you like, for the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers. And now darting away from dummy half is the number 9, Bulky. Bulky goes up the middle. He eats up the metres like Pac-Man. He does well. I'll go to Bill Cini in a moment because, well, in fact, it's an anti-climax here for the Tigers. They've lost the ball as well, and a let-off here for the Sandgoannas.
Yes, a big let-off there for the Sandgoannas. Trent Hode there, unfortunately, just spilt the pill, so the Sandgoannas will come back at them now hard. They've got a couple of mistakes to make up, so back they'll come, I'd reckon.
Trent Hode, he'd be lamenting what might have been there, an experienced campaigner, 39 years of age, 2 decades in Central West Rugby League.
Yes, he's played in grand finals before half these players were even born there, Costo.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Really defying Father Time as we see Barcaldine bring the ball away, and they have got possession here, the Sandgoannas. And they will treasure the ball here for the moment. No score, by the way, on the Wendy's scoreboard. Wendy's, we do it fresh. We've been going 3.5 minutes here at Barcaldine Showground. A good crowd, in fact, a terrific crowd. There's a lot of late arrivals here. Almost a traffic jam coming into the showground. No wonder the police turned up. Now the Sandgoannas go on the attack. And Steve Price, the former Origin great, representing the QRL, watching on very much an interested observer here tonight on this eastern side, not far from our commentary position. It was great to have Pricey in our pre-game show live and free on rugbyleague.com. Referee Dash has the arm extended, so we've got a kick here 40 metres out from their own goal line from the Barcaldine Sandgoannas, and it's taken on the full. So the Longreach winger brings it back now with plenty of purpose in this run in Jackson. He's only 17 years of age, a real steep learning curve it's been for young Jackson this season.
Had a great season too, young Ryan Jackson, one of the up-and-coming 17-year-olds. I think there's 4 or 5 of them in this match, so great to see the 17-year-olds and they're having a real impact.
Very youthful side, putting it mildly for the Barcaldine team, and something that Coach Ricky Moxon touched on in his pre-match discussion with yours truly here at Barcaldine Showground a couple of hours ago. Now it's some one-out play from the Tigers, but quite effective. They get play up towards halfway. Bill Cini's in commentary with me here in Barcaldine, on the ground in the central west of Queensland, as we see a good carry here from Jamie Wallen. I think he might be the oldest man on the field, 41 years of age, but still going strong. The last has been extended by the arm of the referee and Dash. A kick here from Bulky and a good take at the back. I think it's Hunt. Rocco Hunt does well. Bill Cini nods his head in approval. That's good football there, good all-round football. The chase was good as well.
Solid chaser right up in their face. Oh no, Barcaldine made it.
Hello, hang on, hold the phone. There's a try here. Unbelievable. It's come out of nothing. They spilt the lollies. They dropped the pill. Barcaldine and Longreach have come up with points out of absolutely nothing. And the Tigers play from in front in the grand final. Wow. Try thanks to Toby Carvery, home of the roast. And we were thinking, hang on. Rocco Hunt did well. He defused the bomb, but the play after that, an absolute shocker.
Yeah, no, it just wasn't what the Sandgoannas were looking for. Dropped the pill, and the Tigers right there onto it, picked it up and capitalised on that.
Pretty hard to pick up a number plate from where we are in our commentary position. 6 minutes gone here at Barcaldine Showground. And Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers are on the board. Remembering they're the rank outsiders here tonight. They only had 4 wins from 8 matches. A 4-4 win-loss record coming into the finals. And of course they dealt with the Alpha Brumbies in the knockout semi-final and then got past the defending premiers last weekend at Blackhall. And Bill Cini, that's no mean feat. They got the chocolates at Blackhall, knocking out the Magpies. Something for them to think about over the off-season. And making, a good start here against the run of play. Some very good pressure there, forcing the mistake.
Yeah, no, forced the mistake. It was good pressure, and as you said, the Blackhall Magpies, they've been in plenty of grand finals and been very successful over many years. So it was a very tough game down there in Blackhall last weekend, and Longreach come away with the win, but only just.
Shot a goal coming up here for the Tigers. They brought plenty of supporters along the Landsborough Highway. Up go the flags at the southern end of the ground and at the railway end of the ground. So all of a sudden it's the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers on the Wendy's scoreboard leading the Barcaldine Sandgoannas 6 points to 0. And I'll tell you what, looking around at some of these Sandgoannas supporters, Bill Cini, they look like stun mullets.
Yeah, no, not what they wanted to start the home grand final with at all, Costo. But anyway, they'll come back strong and hard.
So we're getting play back up to halfway. 5 minutes gone. 5 minutes gone.
Jason
Number 5 was the try scorer, in fact, for the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers. That's Jason Cutting, part of that Ilfracombe Scorpion connection, part of the cutting crew, as I said, pre-match, Bill Cini, and typical of Rugby League in the Bush as we get back underway. A real family affair.
Yeah, a real family affair. The two brothers in it, mum and dad are big supporters of football, and their sisters. So, no, great family, the Cutting family, and been involved in Western Queensland football for a long, long time.
Big defence here coming in. Some rushing defence from the Barcaldine Sandgoannas looking to muscle up after conceding points there when they least expected it. Here's one of the bookends. His name is Condi Diggins, and Sali is his name, and he's very proud of his PNG origins. He did lose the ball, Bill Cini, but there's a penalty. There was a helping hand here, and, well, the police are here, so if there's any stealing, look out.
No, raked out there. Our referee has called that, so Tigers will get the ball back ready to go.
So we've got the touch finder here, and it finds the line 10 short of halfway. So Longreach Ilfracombe going on the attack here, and let's see what they can do. Let's see what they've got to offer. And big contest, big physicality here at Barcaldine Showground. I tell you what, the big bodies there colliding, a sickening collision as we see Longreach Ilfracombe get play up towards halfway, centre of the ground. Terrific crowd, I've got to say, that's built up very late here just before kick-off at 6:30 p.m. local time. And we've got the Longreach Ilfracombe team now about 10 metres into enemy territory. Bulky goes away. Oh, good shot coming in there. I'm trying to pick it up. Was that Cridge?
It was Cridge.
Cridge keeping it nice and tight. The young bull playing in the forwards. A big moment for him. The young buck, only 17 years of age.
The general.
Now we've got Longreach Ilfracombe on the attack. It comes across to Monahan Harris. Pass was forward. Pass was forward,
yep.
So we've got a scrum forming here. And that's right. That's exactly what's happening. It's pretty simple here in terms of putting the ball in and coming away with some safety first football here for the Sandgoannas. And they have got every reason to treasure the football here. They bring it away, and some good, strong defence again. And tell you what, the big boppers, I tell you what, there's no respite, there's no place for the faint-hearted. Passing before the line was Jake Hansen.
Oh.
I caught up with his father, in fact, or his uncle, before the game. There's a player down injured, and looks like there's a goanna that's been run over. It looks like roadkill.
Yeah, no, it's one of the Tigers player down injured, so one of the goannas have hit him pretty hard, but look at that.
I beg your pardon, we're a long way from the action here, and the light's not quite what we're used to, of course. So let's hope he's okay. There's a halt to proceedings here, and we have got the trainer on the field. That's the trainer for Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers, possibly a head knock here, and we've got unlimited interchange in the bush here in Central West Rugby League. So Bill Cini, obviously player safety and welfare of paramount importance, and the medics are out there. He's in pretty good hands. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, no, let's hope he's okay. Went in low there for a tackle and just copped a head knock, so the ladies will make sure he's right, and he'll be off the field. And as you said, unlimited interchange, great thing in the bush here, because some of this football is a nice cool night tonight, but a lot of times we do play football in the heat, so unlimited interchange is a big bonus for the outback football.
So the delay in proceedings here. Just recapping, Barcaldine, a 6-2 record.
I can't actually see who that is, Costo.
Not sure what's going on there, but the player is going off the field and will probably take no further part in the contest. And so here comes Stewart. Stewart going straight up Main Street. Sucks in defenders like a big vacuum cleaner, like a big Hoover. 130 kilos Hoover. You won't get that at your local electrical store.
No, you'll get plenty of stuff out here, but you won't get the big Hoovers like him.
So we got the Longreach side looking to turn them away. Here comes the Sandgoannas. Away goes the centre in Edgerton. And he sets up his winger. Away goes Hicks. Hicks for the corner. In his comeback game from suspension. And boy, oh boy, did he look dynamite or what?
Yeah, no, very fast player. Matty Hicks. We had a big Calcutta last night, Costo, and Matty Hicks, he was drawn and bought by the Railway Hotel, so 6,700 the Railway Hotel have picked up in last night's Calcutta.
And they tell me it was in keeping with tradition, very well supported by people. Some of the old boys coming along. They tell me that even Stephen Dancy, the great Parker, parted with some cash. That's almost as rare as snow on the Drummond.
Certainly is. No, they were there for the cash last night. Our pool got up over 12,000, so it was a great night.
What about Hicks in his return from suspension? Of course, unable to play in the major semi-final and the victory over Blackwall. Not happy with what happened, but he took his medicine after failing to make himself available for that 47th Battalion. But what a way to come back. He makes a statement. He had a fair bit of work to do on that right wing.
He certainly did have a fair bit of work to do.
Did he do a fair job? He actually took the team to premiership glory. Nowadays, Bill Sini, part of folklore.
Certainly is. No, he done a great job that year and really stepped up.
Bill Sini is with me in commentary here in Barcaldine. We're live and free on rugbyleague.com. Great to have your company. We've seen a try to Matt Hicks, who's come back from suspension for Barcaldine, had to sit out the major semi-final victory over Blackwall, the defending premiers, but coming back tonight and scoring a spectacular try in the the northeastern corner of the ground, I beg your pardon, as we see Barcaldine bring the ball back and some sickening collisions happening here, and they've lost the ball. The Tigers muscling up in defence. Barcaldine are blowing up deluxe, I've got to say. But the referee in Dash, who was an experienced referee, he's done grand finals before, no stranger to this part of the world, Jacob Dash from Emerald in the Central Highlands, he has made the call. Nothing's going to change his mind.
No, it's certainly not. Young Jack Kelly come off the bench there, fresh and hard, and just unfortunately coughed it up.
So, and by the way, we're a bit mixed up here because it's the first time, I tell you what, Bill, I'm pretty good at geography, if I may say so. I'm pretty bad at a lot of other things, but it's the first time I've called a game on the eastern side in 31 years, I think. Here goes Longreach Ilfracombe, and it's a darting run here by the 17-year-old Jackson. Jackson now, not far out, 10 metres away. Battle stations here for Barcaldine. It comes across now to Monaghan Harris, and so all of a sudden they're going to ask some questions of the Sandgoannas defence at the Barcaldine Showground. On the Wendy's scoreboard, Tigers lead by 2 points. 6 plays 4 on the Wendy's scoreboard. Wendy's we do it fresh. And now from dummy half, Bulky goes for the line. Bulky claims the try. Bulky knocks on. A let off for the Sandgoannas.
Yeah, lucky one there. Longreach coming them hard and fast there. So on this left-hand side, heading south, they were going for the line.
16 minutes gone here at Barcaldine Showground. Bill Sini's in the box with me. My name's Jason Costigan. Great to have your company, particularly to those people who've joined us on rugbyleague.com perhaps for the first time. And for all you regular listeners, don't forget we're calling Super League coming up in the coming hours. I'll be calling the match in Perpignan between the Catalan Dragons and Huddersfield as Super League's round 16 continues. But my focus right now, as Bill Sini's eyes pop out right next to me, we've got Barcaldine on the attack, bringing the ball away, and they should show plenty of respect for the ball here. They need to get to their kick, Bill Sini, because their ball handling has let them down so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, Barcaldine have been a little bit sloppy, and Longreach have been, there we go, that was lucky. It could have been a little stumble there.
I'll tell you what, these collisions are quite sickening. That's the word I used before. And the Longreach front row forward there in Comdy Diggins, he's a hulking frame. They get a kick away, Barcaldine. They've had enough of these carries in traffic. And getting back there in good position is Harris. Harris looks up, and there's a wall of maroon there, or red if you like, the Red Army. I'll tell you what, the Red Army, they've come out in good numbers here, Bill Sini, as we see the Tigers in possession here. 37 out from their own goal line.
37 out, as you said, and they're coming hard and fast at them. coming. But a great crowd here tonight to support the Sandguanas, and also busloads, 3 busloads come down from Longreach to support the Tigers. So a great night of football in Western Queensland.
And plenty happening as well. They're shearing sheep in Ilfracombe, and they've had the Alpha Cup to the eastern part of us, and we see some uplifting defence here from the Sandguanas, and the crowd, the CD stand, geez, they're loving that. They are rubbing their hands, and they've rattled them. Oh, the Tigers are rattled. The Tigers are absolutely rattled. Now there's some manhandling going on. And I think everyone's just calmed down. But some big shots from the Goannas. All of a sudden, you get the impression that could swing the pendulum back to the home side.
It certainly would. Jack Kelly is one of their weapons that come off the bench. He can hit hard, and that's exactly what they've done there. 2 plays in a row, smacked it up and caused a mistake for the Longreach Tigers.
So the scrum will form adjacent to the halfway line. A beautiful night here in Barcaldine. Bill Seaney, plenty of cloud cover. Normally a lot cooler, a lot colder at this time of the year. We had the agricultural show literally at this very same venue only a week ago. The feeling pretty good, Nick.
No, the field looks really good. The creators have done a great job of it. So as we watch the Sandguanas come back now, they'll come back hard and fast.
So much support for the Sandguanas. We've seen the town painted with their colours in the last week or so. In fact, the last fortnight since they qualified for the big dance. And the Sandguanas now on the attack. Dash tells Longreach Ilfracombe to get on side. As we see, some backslamming defence, but there's an offload. The ball comes back there to the hooker in Casey Hansen. And the young 19-year-old number 9 rises to play the football. They come the open side. They're running towards the sticks at the northern end of the ground. Jason Costigan's my name. Bill Seaney's in the box with me. We're live and free on rugbyleague.com as we see the home side looking to go straight up the middle. They're running at the teeth of the Longreach defence. The last has been signalled. It's building here for Barcaldine. There's a little threading of the needle. Stacks on the mill. Luckily for the Tigers, they've got the peel, but that could have gone anywhere. Almost a bit of pinball rugby league right in front of the old boys.
No, it certainly was, and the crowd liked it too. That bounce just didn't go the Sandguanas' way, and Longreach were lucky enough to pick it up, and they're going to capitalise on it from here.
And so the Tigers now bringing the ball away, and some very enthusiastic defence coming quickly off the line from the Barcaldine side. And we've been going here at Barcaldine Showground something like 18 minutes and only 1 try apiece. And just in case you're wondering, on that Wendy's scoreboard, it's the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers leading Barcaldine Sandguana 6 points to 4. As we see the big bopper coming off the bench there for the locals, or the visitors, and Pierce Hayden playing the ball. And here's a penalty. This is a piggyback here, Bill Seaney. This will help their cause, that of course being the Longreach Ilfracombe side, and a chance for them to probably pitch the tent into enemy territory.
No, certainly just a silly mistake there from the Goannas. The Tigers will kick for touch now. A good kick it's been too.
Excellent touch finder, I've got to say. 30 out from the Barcaldine goal line. So here we go. Longreach Ilfracombe with a tap and go from Hoden. Steaming onto the ball. Oh, my goodness.
Stephen Guard.
Going hard and straight. Card is his name, and Stephen is his Christian name, part of that Card connection. And Longreach Ilfracombe now with plenty of willing carriers of the ball. But look at this monstering defence. Very, very sheerly resolve on this set here, at least so far from the Barcaldine side, as we see Longreach with this 2-point buffer. The Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers playing in front of a very parochial pro-Barcaldine crowd, as you can well imagine here in this part of the world. And they're about, that's 12 metres out from the goal line. And
the general.
That one goes Hode, is it? Hode, I think. Was it Hode?
Hode was Hode, definitely Hode.
He popped the ball back. It's still on here. It's still on here for Longreach Ilfracombe, if they're good enough. One more tackle to survive for Barcaldine. Hode, hold the old stager! The 39-year-old father of 4 goes over. He defies Father Time yet again. Unbelievable. What a play from the experienced number 6. And Hode extends the lead for the Tigers. They lead 10-4, kick to come. And the Tigers, well, they're on the prowl here in Barcaldine.
They certainly are. They call him the old general. He's been in more grand finals than most horses in races.
Well, and he goes back so long, 2 decades of playing Central West Rugby League, part of that Scorpions connection before the merger between the Longreach or Thompson Tigers and the Ilfracombe Scorpions. And coming through Ilfracombe today, and looks like there's one of the Longreach players has picked up an injury here, but coming through Ilfracombe today, Bill Seaney, clearly a lot of support. That merger, a lot of people years ago were questioning the validity of that, but I suppose it had to happen, and they jumped on the bandwagon.
They certainly have, and Trent Hode was one of the old Ilfracombe Scorpions himself, and he knew that they had to combine to make it work, and he's got a great try there. He is a man that is a little bit injured, but he's tough as nails, Trent Hode. you won't see him go off.
And what about that statue of Thumper, Matt Scott? I called his test debut when he first played for the green and gold for the Kangaroos. Such a great ambassador for rugby league and so proudly born and bred Central West.
Certainly does, and still does a lot for our Western Queensland footy. Comes out, we have our Matt Scott under 13s carnival there in Longreach, and he's always present and big support, and he's been a great member of the Western Queensland and put not only himself but Western Queensland on the map when it comes to the NRL.
Yes, and it also involved last year with the Central West as the coach of the Teamsters when they played up in the Curry at the Outback Carnival, the Outback Muster. Here's the shot at goal. It's on its way. It's waved away, looking very dusty off the tee there. So the shot at goal coming off the boot of Bulky is unsuccessful, and so it remains on the Wendy's scoreboard. Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers leading Barcaldine San Goannas 10 points to 4 on the Wendy's scoreboard. Wendy's, we do it fresh. 18 to play in this opening stanza. Bill Cini with me in commentary. What a game unfolding here. A lot of people thought the home side unbackable favourites, but they trail by a converted try.
No, certainly do. Look, never unbackable favourites in Western Queensland football. It's got a lot of trials and tribulations, and the Longreach Tigers, they're on top at the moment.
So the Tigers, after scoring their second try, let's see what they offer here on coming up with points. Let's see if there's anything fancy. You wouldn't expect that. They're coming away from the northern end of the Barcaldine Showground, which has recovered very well, I got to say, after the agricultural show at this venue only a week ago, as we see the Tigers coming towards our commentary position. Great to have your company. We're live and free on rugbyleague.com. Super League coming your way the coming hours. The game in Perpignan in the south of France. Catalan Dragons v Huddersfield. Playing the ball back now on this occasion is Monaghan Harris. And they go across to one of their big boppers. Oh, almost ran into a brick wall. My goodness, big defence. Good tackle it was on the part of Bettines. That's the captain, Zach Bettines. And I'll tell you what, that's inspirational stuff for the San Goannas. Big kick, good take, great chase, and an uplifting experience. My goodness, there's a goanna. I thought he was going to go into orbit.
Yeah, no, put him right back in the sand. That's certainly it. Longreach is right to the task. Heavy defence here. We've got a mistake. Oh.
Well, it's a penalty, in fact, to the home side. Finals, Mount Isa, Wagga Wagga, Townsville, Wollongong. This is great.
Hanson straight on the big Gus. Straight through he goes. They've done that all year, and he's as good as they come right that close to the line. Big Gus bus.
Tell you what, he reminds me of a bloke called the Coltrane who played in Central Queensland many years ago, Shane Robinson. And he played against, I think he played against Harry Grant. Fresh, 18 to play in this opening stanza. Bill Cini with me in commentary. What a game unfolding here. But a lot of people thought the home side unbackable favourites, but they trail by a converted try.
No, certainly do. Look, never unbackable favourites in Western Queensland football. It's got a lot of trials and tribulations, and the Longreach Tigers, they're on top at the moment.
So the Tigers, after scoring their second try, let's see what they offer here on coming up with points. Let's see if there's anything fancy. You wouldn't expect that. They're coming away from the northern end of the Barcaldine Showground, which has recovered very well, I got to say, after the agricultural show at this venue only a week ago, as we see the Tigers coming towards our commentary position. Great to have your company. We're live and free on rugbyleague.com. Super League coming your way the coming hours. The game in Perpignan in the south of France. Catalan Dragons v Huddersfield. Playing the ball back now on this occasion is Monaghan Harris. And they go across to one of their big boppers. Oh, almost ran into a brick wall. My goodness, big defence. Good tackle it was on the part of Bettines. That's the captain, Zach Bettines. And I'll tell you what, that's inspirational stuff for the San Goannas. Big kick, good take, great chase, and an uplifting experience. My goodness, there's a goanna. I thought he was going to go into orbit.
Yeah, no, put him right back in the sand. That's certainly it. Longreach is right to the task. Heavy defence here. We've got a mistake. Oh.
Well, it's a penalty, in fact, to the home side. I think the marker's not squaring up, Bill Cini.
And it looks like that's what it was.
So we've got a touch finder here. A chance for everyone to fill the lungs up. It's been played at a frenetic pace, I've got to say, for bush footy, and I've called a lot of bush footy, grand finals, Mount Isa, Wagga Wagga, Townsville, Wollongong. This is great stuff.
No, we knew it would be a fast game. They've been the two fastest sides all year, so we knew it would be a fast grand final, and they're living up to it.
So Barcaldine going on the attack here. Ooh. This is Kelly, Jack Kelly, and he'll get up and play here on play number 1. So the Barcaldine San Goannas going straight up the middle using their bench players. This is Ryan Yore. He works on that cattle station somewhere between here and Torrens Creek, they tell me. 2.5 hours to training. I kid you not. Unbelievable commitment. It looks to be a dust-up and back play. And the referee, what's he ruled here? A penalty? I think he has. Has he ruled a penalty?
I just couldn't see there, sorry.
A long way from our position in the commentary box here. It's a penalty against...
Tackle without the ball.
Yeah, it's a player being taken out without not being in possession. So more ammunition here for the Barky Sangoannas. Barcaldine now really probing for that second try, possibly an equaliser.
Oh,
Here comes Gus the Bus, and he crashes over. He's got white line fever. Someone needs to call a doctor, because the bus has just gone straight up Main Street. And I'll tell you what, Bill Seeney, it was express.
But that's their signature move. Casey Hansen straight on to Big Gus, straight through he goes. They've done that all year, and he's as good as they come right that close to the line. Big Gus Bus.
Tell you what, he reminds me of a bloke called the Coal Train who played in Central Queensland many years ago, Shane Robinson. And he played against, I think he played against Harry Grant's father, Paul Grant. That's turning back the clock, but he reminds me of the Coal Train. And I'll tell you what, when you're that close to the line and you're 130 kilos, do your best.
You know, you do well to stop him. He's like a freight train, all right, Big Gus.
Angus or Gus Stewart.
Local plumber.
Local plumber, and I spoke to him actually before kick-off. In fact, just after lunch. Bill Seeney, you know what he was doing after we had a chat? He was going home to have a sleep.
That wouldn't surprise me, Gus. He'd want to come on the park fresh.
He might find a local betting store as a sponsor if he keeps up these. Apparently it's his pre-match ritual. He literally goes home and has a sleep on game day and a big snooze.
Well, everyone's got their own little idiosyncrasy, so yeah, no, that's Gus. You wouldn't be surprised, but when he comes to play, he comes to play. He made the top price in our Calcutta last night. Could have made just under 2,000 from memory, so he was a favourite to be the first try scorer. He hasn't got the first one, but he's got the second one.
Bill Seeney talking about the man who's just scored the try thanks to Toby Carvery, home of the roast. The shot at goal is on its way. The touch judges say waved away. So they're going up in force here. 13 and a half minutes out from half time. Jason Costigan's my name. Bill Seeney is in commentary with me here at Barcaldine Showground. And on the Wendy's We Do It Fresh scoreboard, it is 2 tries apiece, but the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers hold the upper hand. They lead on that Wendy's We Do It Fresh scoreboard. They lead the Barcaldine Sangoannas 10 points to 8. And the Tigers in no hurry, as you can well imagine, given the pace of this game so far, to bring it back to halfway for the resumption in hostilities. And so Bulky has the ball on the tee. Referee Dash says, let's get into it. And into the next chapter we go. This is the Central West Rugby League Grand Final, and we're playing for the Wellshot Premiership, named after the iconic pub in Central Western Queensland. Great sponsors of Rugby League in particular. Great hotel, great hospitality. I know this myself. Stayed there stayed there last night, stayed there a few times before. And terrific hospitality from the Wellshot. Here comes Gus the Bus after scoring tries, or scoring a try. Don't be surprised if he gets spelled as he plays the ball about 12 short of halfway. This is one-out stuff here from the Goannas, but Bill Seeney rather effective.
Yeah, rather effective. They're coming up the middle quick and fast, so they'll go for a kick now.
Kick downtown, and it's going to be straight. No, it's going to be over the head of the fullback in Harris, but he gets a user-friendly bounce. And look, he goes around the outside, and he does well because the reception committee had to adjust themselves, and he gets up and plays it here, 30 yards from his own goal line. Harris did well because, that tackle was high. Yeah. No malice in it, but penalty sufficient, and Dash is on the case straight away. Good adjudicating from the man in charge who's made the trip up from the Central Highlands. No stranger to this part of the world, a respected referee, an experienced referee.
No, it was a good call. It was, as you said, no malice in it. He slipped into the play. So, but anyway, Longreach have got the kick for touch and being successful.
So the Thompson Tigers, I keep calling them that. Old habits die hard, don't they, Bill?
Yeah, they certainly do. Here's Big Saley up the middle now.
So the Tigers on the attack. This is the PNG man, Condi Diggins. He's doing the spade work, doing the digging, so to speak. Good carry here this occasion. It's Warland, I believe. And Warland, so the two bookends going 1-2, trying to cut the ball towards the teeth of the Barcaldine defence. And we see a nice carry here, very good carry from Monaghan Harris. And they're on their own goal line, Barcaldine. Ho takes the line on. Ho slips a pass out the back door. Nice offload from Ho. And I'll tell you what, he's getting on in years, but he's still got it between the ears. Ho's got the ball back. Ho with a dummy. Ho for a double. Ho got there, did he? No, lost the ball. No try. Ho, well, the try goes begging, and the veteran looking to get a double, and he is denied, and that is a big let-off for the home side. It remains 10-8 on the Wendy's scoreboard. Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers 10, Barcaldine Sangoannas 8. 10.5 before Oranges.
Yeah, no, it was close there. Hode was going for the... Let's see, Siggy's you move the old general. If he gets close to the line, you want to be on your game to stop him.
So the scrum forming here, and the home side will be breathing a huge sigh of relief on the back of that. And they've had to withstand plenty of pressure here, and they ideally like to get a penalty to get out of trouble, because they need some willing workers now to roll up the sleeves as they bring it away outside their own red zone, away from the southern end of the ground. And remembering, I was saying, Bill, before, I'm on the eastern side. I've got to actually pinch myself. I think last time I called a game on the eastern side of a footy field was at Darryl Burke Oval at Moranbah, going back to 1992 in a state league game. And I think Paul White, the one-time Broncos chief executive, was playing for the Capras, or maybe the Marlins on that occasion. It was a long, long time ago, but it's a night game, so there's no sun to hinder our view. It's a great viewing platform here, not too elevated, but the play now right in front of halfway. Barcaldine resort to the kick. They get the kick away. It comes off the boot of Hunt, and it's been taken here by the Tigers. They've got possession here. This crowd, I tell you what, a big turnout of Barcaldine people. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a spear tackle almost. It was a dangerous tackle, not quite a classic spear tackle, but if you saw that in the NRL, I've got to say, Bill Sini, the player goes on report. This is what I can't work out. They call it Community Rugby League. That's what the QRL call it. In the NRL, that's a spear tackle, the player's on report, and the match reviewers check it out. I can't work it out. It's a penalty, nothing more.
No, it's a penalty, nothing more out here, and good to see no one was hurt there. Unintentional, but yeah, definitely a spear tackle.
Definitely unintentional, but certainly a dangerous tackle, and only a penalty forthcoming. So we've got the Tigers going straight up the middle on the back of that penalty, up towards halfway. 8.5 to go until half time. Jason Costigan's my name. Bill Sini's in the box with me. Oh, what a shot! That's how you stop someone in their tracks. A second effort, I thought, there on the part of the 17. Kelly, and there's a penalty, and so there should be, because the good work was undone by a brain explosion, a second effort. A lack of discipline from the Goannas, and I'm sure at half-time Ricky Moxham will be talking about this discipline, because they trail by 2.
Yeah, no, definitely no need for that. Jack Kelly, a great tackler, but just went too far with it there.
So they're on the attack, the Tigers. They're not complaining, and the big hits just keep on coming here. This is like Jukebox Saturday night. So many big hits. We go straight now to the Longreach Thompson Tigers, or the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers on the attack. And the ball comes across here to the second rower in Goodman. Will Goodman, he keeps going. Oh, Goodman, he is a good man. He goes to ground, and the school teacher from Longreach will get up and play the ball here about 5 metres shy of the goal line. Now, it comes across to the big man. Is it Condi Diggins?
That's him.
Condi Diggins, the Kumul connection, and it's Bulky, I think, from dummy half. Bulky, head down, bum up. Bulky, he goes like a bandicoot. He burrows his way over the goal line, and Bulky, well, there was too much bulk, and they get their third try of the grand final. And 7 minutes out from Oranges, they lead by 6 with a kick to come, and the kick is a dead set sitter.
Straight in front, they won't miss this one. That was a great one from Bulky. He'll kick it too. But yeah, close to the line like that, he'll burrow in and go hard.
Bulky with the try, thanks to Toby Carvery, home of the roast. And on the Wendy's We Do It Fresh scoreboard, Tigers leading Barcaldine 14 points to 8 here at the Barcaldine Showground. Bill Sini in the box with me. Jason Costigan's my name. But what about the go forward? That was a pretty good platform. I'll tell you what, by the Pigs, the big man going up the middle, and Bulky cashing in.
Certainly was. Silly mistake there, brain explosion, as you said, from Jack Kelly. Just cost the Sangoannas the possession and whatnot, and the Ilfracombe Tigers, they come right at them and made sure of it.
And to be blunt, half-time for the Goannas can't come soon enough.
No, it certainly can't. They're going to have to get a lot more discipline if they're going to come back at Longreach in the second half.
Barcaldine with a very good record this year. They were minor premiers. They didn't finish on top of the pile by fluke in a 5-team competition, 6-2 win-loss ratio going into the finals, and then winning the major semi-final. They finished the regular season with a for and against of plus 120. To give you some perspective, the Tigers just plus 22 with a 4-4 win-loss record. So it just shows that finals football is a different kettle of fish. There's a kick at goal here, and from point-blank range, Rhett Harris raises the flags at the southern end of the ground. And on the Wendy's We Do It Fresh scoreboard, with less than 6 to go in this opening stanza, we've got the Tigers leading the Sangoannas 16 points to 8.
Certainly a great game here tonight, but the Tigers, they're getting a good lead on them now, 16-8, as you said on the Wendy's scoreboard.
So the Goannas in no hurry. They are taking their time, bringing the ball back to halfway. And for the restart here, and this next set is critical. They'll want to have no penalties here at Barcaldine as we see a big restart taken on their own goal line. And we've got the Tigers bringing the ball back a long way from our commentary position. Very difficult to make out who's got the ball on that far side of the field. Must be about 100 metres away from where we are. And so the Tigers now bringing the ball away from their own red zone. That tackle looked to be dodgy. In fact, it was high. And another high shot from Barcaldine. And I'll tell you what, the coaching staff, Ricky Moxham, who's the player coach, he would be pulling his hair out because this discipline is just gifting the opposition great field position. And now there's a discussion happening involving the captain and Zach Bettines. Zach Bettines, well, he copped the lecture from the referee. I wonder what he said. Do it again, someone's in the bin?
I would say so. Barcaldine being very undisciplined at this stage. It's a shame to see, but Longreach are going to capitalise on it once again by the look of that kick.
So the kick for touch finds the line adjacent to halfway, right in front of the CB stand on the western side of the field, which is very well populated. And obviously with the bunting of the San Goannas, the colours around town has been really something to be...
Barcaldine, the supporters have been out thick and fast, and the town really gets, in Western Queensland, these towns really get behind their home teams.
Great to see so many houses, business houses, and the like, as we see the shot of goal.
Oh, horrible.
It's the worst kick of the night. I used to work with a bloke called Daryl Halligan. I think he used to charge $1,000 a day, but that was 25 years ago. That's serious coin for bush footy, but no matter whether it's Daryl Halligan or whoever, I think they need a goal-kicking coach here in San Goanna country.
Yeah, well, Mannix Hunt usually the kicker, but Jake took that one. But anyway, I don't know if he'll get another chance.
Well, it was the worst kick of the night for the Goannas.
They needed to put the 2 extra points there.
Back underway into the next chapter of this one, and it's 3 tries apiece, but here comes Gus the Bus. Looking to bring the ball back. He's got the locks flowing. I'll tell you what, he's a cult hero in Central Western Rugby League. The apprentice butcher looking to carve them up. Unbelievable. What a sight to behold. Imagine him coming towards you if you're a defender. I tell you what, you'd probably like to have Bonds as a sponsor.
Yeah, it'd be like standing in front of a Kenworth.
Unbelievable. Now we've got Barcaldine in possession here.
Young Rocco Hunt.
Hunt plays it back, the slightly built fullback, and we see Barcaldine crossing halfway. And going to ground now is young Ben Bettines. But Bettines only 17 years of age. The last has been signalled. It goes across to Mannix. Mannix Hunt, and the kick straight down the throat of Harris. Harris looks up, and the Red Army's there to greet him, and he's put into the turf here at Barcaldine. And this second half, I tell you what, I'm going to fasten my seatbelt. 8 minutes almost gone. Bill Seeney, 16 plays, 12 on the Wendy scoreboard. The Tigers leading the Goannas, and the game evenly poised. 3 tries apiece, the goal kicking proving the difference.
Now, if either team had kicked some more goals, it would have been a bigger scoreline. Here comes big KD up the middle.
And so the Tigers now 10 short of halfway, and there's a Cleary kick out of dummy half on the part of Jacob Bulkey.
Oh, what a take, Hunt.
Hunt brings it back now. Rocco Hunt looks up, and red, blue and yellow jerseys in front of him. Reception committee there enthusiastically, as you'd imagine, given the stage of the game. And the game is there to be won. It's there for the taking.
Oh, good offload.
In traffic, and they make some inroads here, getting play up towards halfway, the San Goannas. And they come towards our commentary position. And, the ball's popped loose. Great technique. Nice tackle it was from Adam Hughes. I'll tell you what, for a halfback, putting his body on the line and getting into those ribs and the ball just popping out. That's just great technique from the Tigers, number 7.
Yeah, great technique, Adam Hughes. Great player, great tackler.
So the scrum forming 5 metres Tiger side of halfway, not too far from our commentary position here at Barcaldine Showground, where a healthy crowd has turned out tonight, particularly given those other events that are happening across the central west of Queensland. And one of the touch judges here tonight too, we should point out, because without the match officials we don't have a game, and the touch judge very close to us is the former Gillaroos player, former Australian international, Heather Ballinger. Great to see Heather. Nice catching up with Heather before kick-off here tonight. Great to see her still involved in the game, carrying the flag as we speak on this eastern side of the ground, not far from our commentary position. Tigers now going straight up the middle. They lead by 4. We've been going 9 minutes in this second stanza in the grand final. It's on the line, certainly very close game.
Oh, what a touch.
Good catch it was. Great catch from Jake Hansen. I tell you what, he did the job at the other end of the field, scoring the try. And this occasion, he attacked the ball. He wanted the ball on the full, because Bill Senior, as you know, the rugby league football, once it bounces, it could go anywhere.
No, it certainly could. He took it one-handed, caught it like Ricky Ponting.
Here comes Gus the Bus once more. This is Angus Stewart. There's the penalty. There's the piggyback for Barcaldine. A very, very handy penalty to get for Barcaldine, trailing by 4. And this will get them downtown pretty quickly. Half an hour to go in the grand final. Barcaldine, hot favourites coming into this one. Winning the major semi-final, knocking over the defending champions in Blackall. And the touch finder above our commentary position. So no need for any heart palpitations this occasion, Bill.
No. I'll tell you, the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers, they're vocal. They're right in front of us, and they're vocal as.
So we got the home side on the attack here, getting our play up towards halfway. And there's a good carry, a strong carry here on the part of the front row forward in Cridge, is it? This young bull, I'll tell you what, for a young bull, he's very promising indeed. It's a good crop of these kids coming through.
Go, Mannix!
Oh, this is hard, and he needed almost sliced through there, and he really tormented the Tigers' defence. He looks like he's picked up an injury here. Mannix Hunt, the scrum half, the number 7. He's looking to the sideline. He's looking at the trainer, I think. He's in some sort of pain, some sort of discomfort. It comes across now to Gray, and he looks to set it up.
Offload.
They keep it going. It's trouble brewing for the Tigers. Barcaldine still keep it going. Now they turn it over, and we can all sit down, Bill Sini, because the pressure's off the Tigers.
No, pressure's off here. Oh, no. Whoops.
Tigers have got the ball.
Tigers have got it.
Well, it was building.
Yeah,
it was building and building and building, and it came to nothing. The execution found wanting. There's a Tiger down. There's a Tiger down, and he's staying down. And we do have a halt of proceedings here with the timepiece. It says 28 and a half minutes to go. 28 and a half to go at Barcaldine Showground in this well-shot premiership decider.
Number 4, young Jared Marshall.
So the trainer is out giving Marshall some attention. And while we have a break in play here, I've got to ask you, Bill Sini, there's a bit of talk. I don't know if it's got any substance, but there's talk of possibly the Aramac Bush Pigs reforming. I don't know if that's just pub talk, as they say in the classics, but we do have a 5-team competition in this part of the world. How good would it be to get back to 6? Is it possible?
It is possible. Aramac's got a very strong following up there, and they were a very, very strong team in the past, so it'd be great to see the Bush Pigs back in the competition.
So, the player leaving the field,
Jared Marshall.
And you get the impression he might have done his job for the night.
I think so. No, good young player from Longreach, young carpenter in Longreach, Jared. But he's been a strong player for the Tigers throughout the year.
We're back underway here at Barcaldine. The Tigers have got the ball after that delay because of the injury to Marshall.
Whoa.
And so they'll look to bring the ball away from that southern end of the ground. This is the carry now on the part of Tommy Lyons. Lyons is restrained by Bettines, Zach Bettines.
Early kick.
There's a kick from deep inside their own territory, and it's a good catch here from Hansen. Hansen got rid of the ball, goes across to his fullback in Rocco Hunt. And I'll tell you what, he's slightly built, but he's he's a tricky customer to put away.
He certainly is, and give him any space, he's as fast as fast.
I like what I see with the custodian for the San Goannas. The more I see him, the more I like him. As we see Barcaldine going on the attack, zipping away from dummy half is Casey Hansen, and he darts away. Nice sortie from Casey Hansen. The ball comes across this left side. It comes across to Hunt. That's Mannix. He looks like he's recovered after being, well, a little ginger a minute or two ago. Now they're running the ball hard and straight with Ricky Moxon.
Offload.
Good ball. Nice offload in traffic. Can they cash in? Rushing defence. It comes across to Patines. Zach Patines. He looks to bend the line. Battle stations here for the Tigers. They're on their own goal line. Barcaldine looking for a try. It comes across to Stewart. The pass went backwards. It's play on for mine. The referee agrees. A try here would lock up the ball game, lock up the grand final. The last has been signalled. And that penalty, that has to be a penalty against the markers every day of the week. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff from the Tigers on the end of play 5. The referee's saying, "Come back. You're not gonna have a tap there." But
he's as keen as me for work on Monday, that fella.
Well, that was just crazy stuff from the Tigers there, and now they're buying time, Bill Sini. They're buying time.
They certainly are. Like, that was just a silly move. They had him on the last. All they had to do was hold him out, and they had the ball back.
Well, we talked about the ill discipline of Barcaldine in the first half. Longreach have got the disease.
They certainly have.
Barkey have got the ball, more importantly right now. Barkey have got the ball. The San Goannas mounting a serious attack, looking to barge over from dummy half. The referee says get onside. They're on their own goal line here, the Tigers. A real test here for the Tigers. It comes across now to Gray. He keeps it going. No, he takes the tackle. Gray's in front of the sticks. Southern end of the ground. Southern end of the ground. 10 metres away. It comes across to Stewart. He fires the pass out. Across. Oh, great bounce.
Hansen.
Jake Hansen. Great try. Jake Hansen, take a bow. He levels the grand final. The grand final is tied up. Hansen gets another one. And we are locked up at 16 apiece in Barcaldine. Hansen did not panic. He could have panicked. The bounce of the ball, he kept his cool. He's as cool as a cucumber. We might even see him at the local IGA tomorrow morning in the fruit and veggie department. But I tell you what, 16 all. It's game on here. Kick to come.
It certainly is game on, kick to come. He could have done that. Ball could have went anywhere. Grabbed it one-handed, capitalised on it over the line. Great work, Jake Hansen. Great try.
And now, the Achilles heel for Barcaldine. Goal kicking. Bill Sini has just grabbed his face and put his head down like a beaten favourite at Alpha today.
Yes, the Alpha races had a big day over there. Anyway, Jake Hansen, he'll be right.
He'll be right.
If he can kick half as good as he can catch.
You're off your chops. I only met you about 2 hours ago, and you're saying he's all right. He couldn't even kick the cat.
He'll kick it. He'll be right. I'll back him in.
Not that we condone that sort of thing here.
Jake Hansen will be right. He'll compose. He'll get it done.
I met the feral cats. I saw a few coming through the Central West on the way back from the Isa. Couldn't believe it.
I had a big rat plague last year, Costo, so the cats have turned up.
Well, I saw the cats and I thought it might have been an omen for the Tigers. And I know there was some locusts doing the round out the back of Munnabara. I thought, geez, next thing I'm going to see a dinosaur.
No, that was a few years ago.
Well, I worked with a few. Kicks on its way. It's going to be waved away.
Oh,
bit better than last time.
That was a lot better than the last one.
Yeah, but close but no cigar. So they're going up in fours, Bill. They're going up in fours. 24 minutes to go in the grand final. Barcaldine have scored 4 tries to 3, Bill Sini. And on the Wendy's scoreboard, Wendy's We Do It Fresh, 16 all between the Goannas and the Tigers.
Yeah, no, 16 all. She's all tied up. But as you said, 4 tries to 3. The kicking's been the difference.
What a grand final we've had. Played in great spirit.
They both want it.
No doubt about that. But it's been played in great spirit with no monkey business.
No.
And I'll tell you what, the referee in charge, Jacob Dash, has done a pretty admirable job so far. Touch wood. We're back underway into the next chapter of this premiership decider. And this San Goanna side with so many young players. I'll tell you what, it augurs well for the future, Bill Sini. There's no doubt about that for the Goannas with the production line, this crop of kids coming through.
Yeah, Goannas certainly, but Western Queensland football in general. There's a lot of great young players, a lot of great young talent.
So the Goannas now going up the middle of the park as we come up towards the 1 hour mark of this Central West Rugby League Grand Final in the outback of Queensland. It comes across, there's a hospital pass, but Hansen, I'll tell you what, he stuck to his guns and he caught the ball despite the attention. A rushing defence, but he said, no, I must take the shot.
Oh, another great hit.
Good tackling here from the Tigers. That was Hughes. Hughes makes the stop, not far from our commentary position. And now it's Hunt. Mannix with a kick in behind the line. He tried to thread the needle. I'm not sure if that was required. Trying to thread the needle on halfway and a 16 all with 22 to go. He wanted to be a hero and he's come up with 0.
They're pretty right. Cutting back with the ball now, coming fast.
Tigers have got the pill. 7 short of halfway. Bill Sini in commentary with myself, Jason Costigan. We're live and free on rugbyleague.com. We've got Super League to call in the coming hours. Looking forward to that in Perpignan, Catalan versus Huddersfield. But right now we're watching Bulky go up the middle. Bulky! Oh, from dummy half! He's like Harry Grant. He'll keep running. He might run all the way to Aramac. What a try from the number 9. They couldn't stop him. Unbelievable play from the dummy half. He just scooted away and said, see you later. And not far from all the Barcaldine old boys up there. I'll tell you what, they'll be choking on their beers up in there in the pavilion because that's put the Tigers back in front as we come up to the 1 hour mark. 20 points to 16 with a sitter of a conversion coming up in a moment.
Yeah, no, a great single-handed try there by Bulky. Straight through the middle as quick as you'd like. Under the post, make the kick as easy as.
Wow. He's been fabulous, I've got to say. His work out of dummy half. If they go on and win this grand final, you can't tell me he won't be considered as a potential contender of the man of the match if such an award exists. Because if they're asking me to nominate someone now and you had to stop the clock, Bulky has to be in the reckoning.
Having a great game, Bulky. Had a great season. He's great all the way through. He's one of the coaches of our junior football in Western Queensland. Just a great bloke all round, Jacob Bulky.
So, what do you reckon, Bill Sini? What do you reckon's been said in the in goal? What do you think the likes of Ricky Moxham and Zach Bettines are saying as we speak? There's a quarter of the game to go. Oodles of time, I would say. Oodles of time. But for a lot of young players, probably easy to panic right now that they're behind and wondering where's this going to unravel? How is this going to unravel?
Ricky Moxham, an old head, he'll keep the boys composed. He really will. He's been in plenty of these situations. Kick to come, Red Harris straight in front.
And it never looked like missing. He raises the flags. In fact, he kicks the ball outside the showgrounds. He's got a beaming kick, and from point blank range, he just basically does his routine. Doesn't matter if it's in front or from the sideline, Harris. Puts the headgear back on, goes back to his position, and it's a converted try in this one. 22 plays 16 on the Wendy's scoreboard. Wendy's, we do it fresh. That's the Tigers leading the San Goannas 22-16 with 20 minutes to play. Live and free on rugbyleague.com. Great to have your company. Big thank you to Reece Peacock and the Barcaldine San Goannas and his committee for having us here. And so to the Central West Rugby League, to Nadia Hode and her crew. Big shout out to those people and those two organisations in particular.
Oh.
Tigers away from dummy half as Bill Sini feels the hits just keep on coming here. I'll tell you what, I think Bill Sini loves a bit of jukebox Saturday night, and I reckon he might be getting into the karaoke caper post-match tonight if he keeps these antics up. Now this is the Tigers going straight up the middle with some fresh legs. I tell you what, there's no substitute for fresh legs. And the kick is taken on the full by the fullback in Rocco Hunt, and he looks up and look at the chase. The chase is excellent, and there's no respite here for Barcaldine. And I'll tell you what, Bill Sini, I don't want to be panicking, but some of these big boppers for the Goannas, they look gassed.
They do look gassed, but great run there from Harry McGovern up the middle. Made about 25 metres there.
Nice work from McGovern, up to halfway, in fact. Now they're into enemy territory. This is the captain in Zach Bettines. And Bettines will get up and play it. Quick play the ball. That's what they need. Can they offload in traffic? No, not on this occasion. 19 to play in the grand final of 2025. The ball comes across now to Ricky Moxham, and the coach says, follow me, follow my lead.
Lost the ball.
Well, there's a helping hand. It's a strip. Yes. A strip. Can you believe it? And again, this is this ill discipline we've touched on. Barcaldine, they just had huge issues with this in the first half. This second half, the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers, Their discipline at times is just going out the window.
Yeah, it's reverse roles here. Tigers are real disciplined this half so far, but they still have the lead on the scoreboard, 22-16.
It may well be even Stevens again in a moment. It comes across to Gray. Now it goes to Mannix, and Mannix Hunt is scheming as always. Quick play the ball. It comes back to Gray, and now across to the 19. His name is Ryan Yaw. He's the man that works on that cattle station, about 2.5 hours away from where we're broadcasting. Now it comes to Gus the Bus. Here goes Stewart. And Angus Stewart is restrained. Good work from the defence. They're on their own goal line. It comes to Mannix Hunt. Mannix Hunt has a crack himself. Can't get through. It's still the last. They'll go back the open side. The pass goes to Gray. Gray tries to thread the needle. Oh, nice work. They weather the storm. It was more like a cyclone. Well done, Tigers.
Yeah, no, great pick up there from Red Harris. Safe as houses.
And, well, that tackle, I thought for a moment, fleeting moment, might have been a bit high, but the referee says no play on. And the Tigers now bringing the ball away.
Stephen Card.
They need to treasure the football here. The clock is becoming their friend. 17 to play, but still too early to shut up shop, I reckon, Bill Cini.
Definitely, and a great run there from Jamie Warland, the big veteran, as you said, 41-year-old, business owner in Longreach, having a great game.
Such a good platform that he has put up there for his team alongside Comdy Diggins as they find a bit of an opportunity there around the middle of the ruck. The last has been signalled. They're 5 short of halfway, and they get a clearing kick away here, and it's going to find open pasture. A bouncing ball could go anywhere. It ends up in the hands of the winger for Barcaldine in Hicks. Hicks is away. Oh, great work. Great kick return, and that brings the crowd to life here in Barkey.
Certainly does. Matty Hicks, it's his first season of football since under 13, so...
Wow.
Yes, a great cricketer, and he tried his hand at football this year and has been a great asset to the Barcaldine team.
Barcaldine on the front foot here, and you get the impression they're coming to get the Tigers.
They are coming. The Goannas are coming.
They are indeed.
Let him up.
Slow play the ball, no penalty forthcoming. They'll come back the open side. The Barcaldine side now coming across to the captain in Bettines. Zach Bettines will take the tackle here. And they're centre of the ground, about 30 metres out from the goal line. It comes across to Gray.
They've got him stacked. They've got him stacked.
Comes across to Hunt. And here's the try. They're going to score here, Barcaldine, in McGovern. No, not short. McGovern, how did he not score? They chop him down. That's a try saver. Someone has come up with a try saver. It's the last here. This is Barcaldine with Gray. A kick in behind the line. Bouncing ball. Can they get the repeat set? No, they can't.
Great work
and again, they're under siege, the Tigers. Under siege. They're running low on gas. If there's a fuel tanker in Barcaldine, it needs to come to the showgrounds. And it needs to come right now.
The Tigers need juice, but they're coming back hard.
Yeah, well, $2 a litre. They'll need some sponsorship.
They got plenty of sponsors. Here's Will Goodman.
Well, they need plenty of runners.
He's lost the ball.
They lost the pill. They dropped the pill. And the door's ajar for Barcaldine. The referee says knock on both ways. I'm not sure about that. I haven't really criticised or questioned the referee.
The hand slapping, looks like Barcaldine's going to get the ball back.
Well, they're going to get the ball back, but I couldn't see a second knock on. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be critical of the referee. I think he's had a great game, because when you're not talking about the referee, Bill, you know the rest.
Yes. No. We're not talking about the ref. He's done a great job all game. So great to have him out here to finalise our grand final for the year.
So the scrum to be fed by Mannix Hunt.
Hi all, Sam Friday here. Our club supports the Positive Environment Program. Please cheer for your team, but also
and so
respect the right.
Here comes Barkey with Gray, looking to set it up.
Edgerton
caught up with his uncle, in fact, today, over a cup of coffee at the Ridgy Didge Cafe.
Yeah.
Again,
great cafe.
Quite marvellous who you bump into in this town. And now they keep the ball alive here. They're looking dangerous. This is menacing here for the Tigers' defence. Surely they're going to crack them. They've been really under the hammer here. But they overplay their hand once more. Barcaldine trying too hard, trying to manufacture a try, and they've come up with nothing. 14 minutes to play. 22-16 it is on the Wendy's scoreboard. Wendy's we do it fresh. Barcaldine 16. Tigers 22.
Yes. No, the Sanguinas had their chance there, but they tried to make it too fancy and it all come undone like a bad shoelace.
So, the touch finder, I've been wearing my pluggers most of the day, wearing the thongs in the outback.
You got to get the Crocs on out there. They're all the go now, Costo.
Well, where I come from, they'll eat you. I've got the RMs on.
Oh!
Oh, they lost the ball.
Mannix Hunt.
Believe it. Hunt's got the pill. Mannix Hunt.
Could this be the change Barcaldine need?
Well, put that down in your notes. The knock on play number 1 with 13 and a bit to play. Tigers losing the ball after coming up with a touch finder. And now another invitation for Barcaldine. How many invitations do the Goannas need?
They've spent most of this half up here. If the Tigers can hold them out now, it's going to be very tough.
4 tries each, but goal kicking
Gus.
making the difference. Here
Big
comes
Gus.
Stewart. Stewart running towards the sticks. I reckon there's a shift onto the right here for Barcaldine. That's exactly where they go. Gray across to the fullback and Rocco Hunt. They're queuing up out wide here, Barcaldine.
Edgerton close.
On their own goal line. One more tackle to survive. Oh, there's a barge over. A try from dummy half. They got there. They got there all right. Boy, oh boy, what a game this is. The grand final going right down to the wire. Barky get the try from dummy half.
Could have been Ricky Moxham, I think.
We'll try and pick up the replay here from dummy half, a long way from where we are in the commentary position. In fact, it's the fullback. Is it Rocco Hunt?
It could be.
I think it's Rocco Hunt.
I reckon you're right, Costa. I reckon it's Rocco Hunt, but I can't be confirmed.
Pretty sure it's Rocco Hunt who's got across there with 12 to play.
Well, it looks like he's going to take the kick, so...
And correct me if I'm wrong, have they made a mistake on the scoreboard? Bill Sini, what's going on there? Is that a malfunction or what?
Yeah, that is a malfunction. That's not good. That's got everyone's heart racing, Costo.
Well, I'll tell you what, our colleagues here with the live streaming operation, they haven't got the wrong score, but the official scoreboard, which is an electronic scoreboard, and I can tell you that as someone who used to run the scoreboard at Bush Football, when you ever got it wrong, you needed to find a new job.
Yeah, lucky it's on the opposite side to all the supporters.
I had some tough bosses back in the day, Bill Sini. And so it is 22-20 with 11 and a half to play. And this kick, if you think it's critical, you got that right. It's critical and then some. This here to possibly, well, in fact, if he gets it, to lock it up with 11 to play.
Oh, the kick's crucial.
This
Come
is
on, Rocco.
This is Hansen, is it?
He's got it!
Wow! Up go the flags for the first time tonight for Barcaldine. What a massive boost that is for the home side. A try.
Rocco Hunt, the fullback, kicked it.
The number 1 taking over the goal-kicking duties.
Good decision too, I think.
Well, a big decision. I wonder whether that was Ricky Moxham saying, Rocco, it's all yours, baby. It's all yours. And he delivers in spades. He converts, and it's 22-all on the Wendy scoreboard. The try thanks to Toby Carvery, home of the roast. What a game this has been. A terrific exhibition of Bush Rugby League, the Central West Grand Final in the Queensland Outback. And so
That would have been held it.
Barcaldine bring the ball back.
Coming hard and fast.
They'll look to treasure the ball here. They can ill afford a slip-up after coming up with points. But Bill Sini, I come back to that mistake. They had a touch finder, the Tigers, and then spilt the lollies on play number 1. Did that bite them in the you-know-where or what?
I think, big hit there on Harry McGovern.
And
Bit of
play the
bargy.
Well, the play of the ball took some time, and that allows the defence to reset for the Tigers. And so Gavin Groves, I wonder what he's saying and thinking on the sideline. Well, he's got one of his players down injured.
No, he's just laying low.
He was laying low.
Ricky
literally.
Moxham.
I'll tell you what, he's going to get a job in Hollywood. That player, he made the quickest recovery I've seen.
Offload.
Here we go. It's
Heathy
on,
Pigeon.
It's on again here for the Barcaldine Sandgoannas. The last has been signalled. Sloppy played the ball. It comes across now to Mannix Hunt.
Oh,
The pass is a shocker.
horrible.
Oh, I thought it went forward.
Oh!
Down the sideline goes Walker.
Walker!
He
Walker
got
into the
acceleration.
post.
Walker. He goes in and scores. And Barcaldine hit the lead with 9 to play. Oh my goodness.
Hands on
Something
head
out of
beside
nothing. There was a big question mark over the pass. The touch judge on the eastern side thought it was okay. I'm not convinced, but you've got to play to the whistle. And Walker, I'll tell you what, good work from him. He played to the whistle, and then guess what? He hit the accelerator. If the highway patrol was on the highway, they could have booked him.
The candy car would have got him for sure.
Speaking from experience,
Yeah, no, had the odd speeding fine.
you're not Robinson Crusoe. What a try that was.
Rocco Hunt with the kicking duties again.
I'll tell you what, I nearly fell off the stage. Oh, my goodness. This is
pass
a very easy kick coming up as we look at the replay thanks to Sketches. And once he got into some open pasture, what about that move he put on the opposition fullback? I'll tell you what, Rhett Harris, the fullback for Longreach, he's no slouch, and he went through him like a bad curry.
He certainly did. No bad curries in the West.
Bill Seeney, my co-commentator and clearly a connoisseur of Asian cuisine.
Any cuisine.
Chicken madras. Bill Seeney.
Mainly Forex Gold.
washed down maybe with a bit of that.
Whoa!
The shot at goal, well, it was okay. Just. Tell you what, that makes the fans nervous. The local fans, they're in front by 6.
They love young Rocco Hunt.
Hunt converts. He goes with consecutive goals all of a sudden, and it's 28 points to 22 to the home side. And so the minor premiers now one step closer to lifting the trophy, although anything can happen. 7 and a bit to play here, Bill Seeney, and no one's going home early, nor should they. We're back underway.
There'll be no traffic jams to get out of here, so stay till the end.
And so we're back underway, and the Barcaldine side have got the ball. Barcaldine's got the pill, and they bring the ball out now.
Great run. Just
outside their own red zone. An exciting game of rugby league we've seen. Good shot coming in here from the Tigers' defence. They certainly...
Hughes again it was.
Now looking to force a mistake.
McGovern.
And some gang tackling still here from the Tigers. They peel off one by one. And Barcaldine now with Mannix Hunt. He takes them on. Mannix with a hit and spin. Can he offload? No need to offload. He takes the tackle. That's a wise move. The tackle being supplied by the number 23 and Caleb Stewart. And now going straight up the middle. It's the 15. His name is Pigeon. And Pigeon. In fact, it's not Pigeon, I beg your pardon. It's McGovern. Well, McGovern's been prominent in this back end of the game.
Definitely has.
Coming off the bench, providing plenty of go forward.
Good kick from Gray.
Bouncing ball. It sits up nicely for the Tigers. And the chase is good. And getting up in the face of the carrier is Scott Walker, the most recent of the try scorers. And getting some help from Jake Hansen. Hasn't he been outstanding at both ends of the field?
Certainly has 2 tries, and his hands have been great. Kicking's something to be desired, but hands have been great.
6 to play here in Barcaldine in the Central West Grand Final. Bill Seeney's getting excited. No prizes for guessing who he's supporting here tonight. But they don't call him...
Great tackle, Casey Hansen.
They can call Bill Seeney plenty of things. I've only met him a couple of hours ago, but I'm not going to call him splinters, that's for sure. The Tigers have got the pill. Now there's a low trajectory kick, and it's a nice bounce. It sits up well here for Rocco Hunt. And Rocco Hunt brings it back. And he's dealt with, and Bulky is up there leading the charge of the Light Brigade.
Certainly was. Hicks into dummy half, who's going to take a scoot.
Hicks with a sortie from dummy half, getting up towards halfway for Barcaldine. The timepiece all of a sudden becomes a friend for the home side. 5 to play.
Edgerton.
Back slamming defence. No penalty forthcoming. Was that Bulky again?
Bulky again.
Unbelievable performance in a losing side from Bulky, I've got to say. He's been outstanding for the Tigers. And I say losing side maybe prematurely, but you think Barcaldine have got them here. They've got possession, they've got momentum, they've got the lead, and they've got the scoreboard on their side.
Definitely been the better second half team. Hansen with the kick.
Big bomb here, testing for somebody. Bouncing ball, and it comes back into the field of play.
They're all off, they couldn't touch it.
Tigers have got the ball almost as if the ball had anthrax on it.
Yeah, she went backwards quicker than a bad bank account.
And Bill Seeney in commentary. Big hits here on and off the field thanks to Bill Seeney. Unbelievable. I'm sure he's been called plenty of things. He loves his chicken madras washed down by some amber fluid. I don't know what Mannix Hunt was doing there. He was really sailing close to the wind, possibly going to concede a penalty. Luckily for Barkey, no harm done. No. Tigers have got the ball. They're up towards halfway. They'd love to get a piggyback here from the match officials. And Hughes getting no love.
Goodman.
No love from the referee in dash. The last has been signalled. They're 5 metres Barkey side of halfway. It comes across now to Harris. Harris goes to the heavens. Goes to the heavens. Hunt. Good catch. Rocco Hunt. He's as safe as at the Bank of England at the back there. And he brought the ball back. I'll tell you what, the lights here not perfect. He's been ordered to go back and play the ball. There's a Tiger down and injured.
Red Harris it is.
Harris, was he taken out late?
I think he might be cramping. He's got a...
Well, there's a protest on here. I don't know if there's a protest because they want a penalty or whether they want some attention for the injured player. But
Gary Cutting saying he's been taken without the ball.
yeah, and when you're calling the game, Bill, you're off as chasing the play, following the play. You're not always watching back play.
100%.
I'm not pointing the finger at my sideline eye or my co-commentator, but when you're calling it live, you quite often don't see what happens in back play and stuff off the ball. I didn't see what happened. He's up on his feet. He's hobbling around. This is the
Brett
fullback
Harris.
in Harris. And Kayla Kinsey is on the field, the trainer and club president for the Tigers, and does a great job for
Certainly
the Tigers.
does. Yeah.
And,
No, Kayla, she's a big supporter of Western Queensland football.
and the Kinsey name, well known in Central Western Rugby League over many years. In fact, Lou Kinsey, of course, out of Blackhall many years ago, been involved with the game. And now we see a knock on by Barcaldine. It's a penalty to Barkey for a strip. Well, they need the ball, and the problem for the Tigers is the clock is running out. 3.5 to play. Barkey, well, they've got all the aces here. They lead by 6. The clock's on their side, and they've got the pill.
Definitely been the better team in the second half. The Ilfracombe Tigers had it in the first half, but Barcaldine and Sangoannas, it's been all their traffic this half.
So the touch finder above our commentary position here, Heather Ballinger, the former Gillaroo, raises the flag right in front of us on this eastern side. And now we've got Barcaldine on the attack here. I wonder on the back of this whether they're going to look for a one-pointer to make it a 2-score game. It'll be interesting to see their tactics here, Bill Seeney.
Heath Pigeon, a good solid run.
Well, Pigeon was grounded. We come across
Kelly.
Barcaldine going straight up the middle. It's one out play, but effective.
Less than 2 minutes to go.
Effective as they go towards that southern end, that railway end of the
Moxham.
ground. This is Moxham. Moxham, the coach with the carry. 2.5 to play. They lead by 6 on the Wendy scoreboard. And that's Barcaldine with the ascendancy. It comes across to Gray and now across to Rocco Hunt chiming in from fullback. He injects himself so beautifully. He picks his moments almost to perfection. The last has been signalled. The last has been signalled by Dash. Dash with that arm extended. 5th and final play. What have they got? They look rudderless. They look disjointed. And that's very, very ordinary rugby league. Dying with the football, Declan Gray. That was shocking because they should have come up with some sort of kick. Maybe a little threading of the needle, a drop goal, field goal. Take your pick. All of those options were on the cards.
Look at here.
They were all on the cards. And Barcaldine, they leave the door ajar. They leave the door ajar for the Tigers.
The Tigers are coming now. Adam Hughes up the middle.
This game's not over.
Definitely far from over. Less than a minute.
Less than 2 to play. Less than 2 to play here. Everyone getting excited, including co-commentators on debut at Barcaldine Showground. 90 seconds out from full time. Barcaldine looked to be a mile offside.
Goodman.
That pass. Well, there's the grand final. There's the play of the grand final to win the grand final. Big defence, and that's how you win grand finals, built on defence. And rightly, Moxham rises to play the football.
Certainly does. He's young Cridgy.
How much starch has he provided? He can do my ironing any day.
Hasn't had a drink for 3 years, Moxham, either. He's been very disciplined.
Well, he'll be catching up with Steve Price post-match. They can have a chat thanks to the Dilmar post-match show.
Here come the Sangoannas. They're not over yet.
Well, I think it's over. We're inside the final 60 seconds of what's been a real humdinger of a grand final, Bill Seeney. Tell you what, it's been great here. You're on debut. I think you've had a good time.
I've had a great time. Thanks for your support, Costa. Here comes.
I think the Goannas are going to lift the trophy here. The minor premiers, they only lost twice during the regular season. This is Gray. Gray takes the tackle. They don't need to do anything fancy.
Hunt!
Mannix Hunt. Mannix Hunt. The ball comes loose. Tigers have got the ball. Tigers have got the ball. It's a let off for the Tigers, but they've got 30 seconds left to pull this game out of the fire. They've got
Not over yet.
They've got 90 metres to travel. I'm going to call it now, Bill. Bill Seeney, you're kidding yourself. The Goannas, they will win the grand final.
Great defence.
And that's what's won them the premiership.
Jack Kelly. He's hurt himself too. Big KD.
This here is...
look out here.
Fingers, and now the Tigers are coming, but it's all over. The siren's about to go. That's full time. It's all over. Barcaldine have done it.
Sangoannas.
Barcaldine have done it. The Sangoannas.
Woo!
The bench players, they invade the playing surface, the playing arena. Unbelievable scenes here at Barcaldine Showgrounds. And spare a thought for the Tigers. They look absolutely devastated.
The
Players slumping to the ground. the realisation that they had Barcaldine on toast and they've blown it.
They have.
Let's not kid ourselves. Barcaldine, they were down for the count.
Gone in the first half.
But a big second half performance from the home side, and the minor premiers break the curse in the Central West, going through directly to the grand final, and after a 2-week break, they reign supreme here in Barcaldine in front of their adoring fans. Some final thoughts from Bill Seeney on what's been one cracking grand final.
What a hell of a game, Costa, a hell of a game. It was all Longreach in the first half. The Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers, ill-disciplined from Barcaldine. Whatever Ricky Moxham said to him in the sheds at half-time certainly reigned true, because they were definitely the superior side in the second half.
Plenty of heroes across the park. Firstly, for the Barcaldine Sandgoannas, Moxham, the captain, and Zach Battines. Out wide, Jake Hansen. Rocco Hunt at the back. That goal kicking in the end, just to give them the confidence, that buffer. Plenty of heroes across the park. Who did you like?
Oh, look, mine for his game at the end of it, like Jake Hansen, beautiful hands. Unfortunately, his kicking let him down, but I think at the end, Rocco Hunt, he's the man for me to hold the man of the match, I would have thought.
And what about the Thompson Tigers, as I call them, the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers? Gallant in defeat. That's an understatement.
Definitely gallant in defeat, and Bulky the best man for them for the night for mine. Just the way up the middle, that single-handed try, his kicks. Yeah, no, look, they've been defeated, the Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers, but only just. The Sandgoannas have won it, but it's been a tough, tough game.
Well, I've seen plenty of bush footy finals and grand finals and called a few, as I said, Bill, and I've got to say that really did surprise me. The intensity of the game. We hear stories about different competitions, not as good as they used to be, not as strong as they were in years gone by. I was in Mount Isa, as you know, last Sunday for their grand final. That was good stuff. Great showcase for Bush Rugby League, Central Western Queensland style.
Certainly is. No, and a lot of, as you've alluded to throughout the game, a huge amount of young talent in the Barcaldine Sandgoannas team. Not only the Barcaldine Sandgoannas, but Western Queensland football all round. But a great game.
Great to have you with us, Bill. Hopefully we'll do it again another time soon.
Thanks, Costo.
There he is, Bill Senior, as we sign off here at Barcaldine Showground. Congratulations again to the Sandgoannas. They lift the trophy here in the Central West of Queensland. They beat Longreach Ilfracombe Tigers 28 points to 22. This is Costo signing off at Barcaldine as we go back to the NRL and the continuous call team.